Hi guys! We're getting drunk and we're doing my makeup, and I will tell you a story of how Ukrainian girl went to an Indian school. I literally have been sober for like a month. I like to take some breaks sometimes because I think it's good for your body, for your soul, for your health, obviously. Also, I feel like I'm a little deaf in my right ear today. It's like I've been trying to do everything so for my ear to like unclog or whatever. I do sleep with earplugs, so I think maybe it could be that. I don't know. So guys, this is gonna be my first sip of the month. Oh my god, plot twist. Cheers guys. It's nice cold beer. I love my beer sometimes. It's good. It's amazing. So let's start with my story time. First of all, I need to like take out some of my little hairs from my eyebrows. I basically moved to Dubai when I was 11 years old. I remember that I did not know any English because I came from Ukraine, and even the English that they showed us in the school, I didn't learn nothing. It was just very difficult, even though I love English. Like I loved English since I was a little kid. Like that was my dream and goal in life to learn it, you know. I remember that, and then I remember my mom, she was looking for schools, but then in every school, like in Dubai, personally, I know that if you want to enter school, you gotta take English test and math test, I think. I don't remember. But obviously, because I didn't know any English, I knew hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
And bye. And fuck you. No, I didn't even know that actually, my bad. I was 11 years old. I remember that it was very difficult for me to go to any school because they all required for me to do this exam. So I don't know how, but my mom came across this school. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but this Indian school, which was apparently new. And because it was new, they were still looking for the students to enter it. So they said you don't have to do exam. So my mom was like, perfect. And I don't know, I was just like so slow, so young. Maybe that's why I didn't realize. Like I don't remember my mom telling me that this is Indian school. And I honestly didn't notice the difference. Like I didn't realize and understand that everyone around me is Indian. I just thought like, oh, people from Dubai, whatever. Because in Dubai there's all types of nationalities and people, so I never really questioned it. But I remember always asking like, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? And everybody's from India. And I'm like, why is everybody from India here? But I remember like the first few months when I started school, it was in March, I think. And I don't know if it's in all India. Do they have it like from March, it's like the start of the year, or was it just that school? But in March, this is like the 1st of September. So this first 3 months was like the start of the school year. And I remember I didn't speak, I didn't know nothing. There was one guy that spoke Russian. So that kind of helped me, but he didn't like me. I don't know why. Like we just did not get along. He was like helping me because the teacher told him to help me because I didn't understand nothing and no one. And then I remember after that, we had summer vacations, and in the summer vacations I had a tutor, and we were basically learning English. She was just helping me out with the basics. And then when I came back to school in September, I was doing more or less better. Like I could kind of maintain a conversation like a little bit. Though I remember like the first year without me knowing any English, not many people wanted to be friends with me. I would always eat alone. It was very sad times. Cheers to that not happening anymore. As much as I try to be friends with people and like talk to them and stuff, didn't realize it until later that they didn't really like me because I stood out, right? I was different. Plus I didn't speak any English, so it was harder for me to communicate and connect with any of the kids. And then I remember that the second year, it was going better because I learned a lot more English. And I started to talk to more people, and slowly I was basically making friends. And I remember like we would try to like help each other cheat in the exams or whatever, because I'm so sorry, like I'm just not made for school and studies. I was always like a C student or more down. And to be honest, like I don't remember exactly everything because still I was young, like 11, 12. But with more time, thankfully I started connecting with more people. And I personally, I never felt that I am like the outsider. I always felt comfortable in my body, so I felt comfortable everywhere. Though a lot of people would obviously treat me differently because I am just not them, and the culture and a lot of differences, like I can understand that, you know. But shout out to my girlies that still, you know, stayed with me through these moments and didn't care where I was from. I love that. Cheers, by the way. But then I remember, like, I think it was 9th grade or 8th grade. I think it was 9th grade. I'm not sure. No, 8th grade. So I remember I was going to the bathroom. I remember knowing this head of school, you know, the head of school boy, like, you know, the president of the school, you could say. They did these things where, like, they don't vote for you if you're a president or whatever of the school. They basically judge you based on your grades. So I personally knew I was never gonna get there. Like, I am not an A student at all. I think the best thing I did was arts, sports, because it's the easiest, and I was always more on the creative side rather than like understanding, learning, remembering. I always sucked at all of these things. I remember I'm walking to the bathroom, and then this head of the school is walking towards me, and he's like, Sasha, and I'm like, the head of the school knows my name. And this is where I fell in love, you know. I was like, oh my god. For me, I don't know, it's vibe. But then he asked me something, and I'm like, no, I don't know. No, I think he asked me if the bell already rang or something, but I was like, oh my god, he noticed me. Like, I fell in love, I don't know. And he was obviously also Indian. He was in the higher grade, I don't remember which grade, but he was older than me, like maybe 2-3 years. And I think at that time I was around 13 years old, and he was maybe 15-16, I can't remember. And then I was like low-key having a crush on him, like so much. And then I remember how the PE teacher, the physical education teacher, asked me like, oh, do I wanna be in their group of athletics team? And I was like thinking in my head, oh, this head of the school boy is there, I definitely wanna go. And literally, like, I only started it because of him, because I'm like, well, I get to be around him more, I get to look at him and fantasize my own things in head. I remember, like, it was a vibe, whatever. I did tell my friends that I had a crush on him, because one of the girls were pretty close to him. So I don't remember how, but I think he found out that he was my crush. And I was like so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my god, this is so awkward. And then I don't remember how, but he asked me out. And I was like, oh wow, like so happy. It's my first basically boyfriend ever. But this is like a school thing. I don't call it like an actual relationship, you know, like. But either way, let's get back into the topic. I think we dated for like 2 weeks, nothing happened. Like, I don't even think we were going out as much like in the school. We never met outside of the school. We just texted from time to time, and that's all I can remember. And then the vacations start. I think it was New Year's vacations, I can't remember. But I get this text from him saying that he thinks it's better if we break up or something like this. I was so upset. I was like, oh my god, my little heart is broken. What do we do now? I was upset about it. Then I think I moved on with my life, and I don't know, kind of forgot about it. Then I don't remember, we were like in another practice or something, I don't know, we started talking again or something like that. And I remember when he asked me to go to a class, because that day we're basically in school practicing for the athletics team thingy, whatever. He asked me to go to this class because he wanted to ask me something, and I was like, oh, okay. I remember we go to an empty classroom, and this man, he goes down to one knee, like, you know when they propose to you, but that's how he went to ask for me to be his girlfriend. I felt so embarrassed. I don't know why. Like, I was just like, what are you doing? But like, it's so cute because, you know, I'm a kid. It's like, wow. But I was like, oh, what? Started dating from then on. And I remember him being so like, so much more around and like talk to me and like all these things. I don't know. I think that was like my first school crush and boyfriend ever. We could say, yeah. And then I remember, like, me and him, we went to a lot of like activities together. So for example, athletics, then there was like a singing choir. I would go to the singing choir. I don't care, let me do all of it. By the way, cheers. Almost forgot about that. And then he literally did everything. He was like musician, played guitar, played piano, like he did all of it. Like, he was talented, I'm not gonna lie. And he was smart as well. Basically everything that I'm not. I'm amazing, just in my own ways. Let's not be harsh on ourselves. Okay, now we gotta put some eyeshadow. By the way, Huda Beauty, not sponsored. I don't have that many followers to sponsor me. I remember like one day it was like a parent meeting, and we had to also come there to basically practice for one of the concerts that we're supposed to do. Other people, me including. And then I don't know why, but like a few days before that, I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to have my first kiss with him? I planned it all out. I planned the way that I would walk up to him, what I would say, where we would go, what I would say when we are down there, like how, like I was just like crazy about it. I was like, let's go, bro, like I'm ready for my first kiss ever, you know? I remember like everything is going according to the plan. I see that he was practicing something, and I'm like, hey, like, can you like come with me? There's something I want to tell you, or something like that. And then I take this man and we go down the staircase, like all the way down where nobody usually passes through. Okay, I don't remember that moment. I don't remember what I said, what I did. Maybe I was the one that said like, oh, like let's like have our first kiss or something. But the only thing that I remember, this does not go out of my mind, was how disgusting, gross, slimy, and like I was just like, I did not like it. But because I was so like full of dopamine and in love and butterflies and everything, I didn't mind it because it was with my like crush basically that I'm doing it with. So I was like on a cloud 9. Oh my god, I could not stop thinking about that moment. Even though it was so gross, I was like romanticizing it in my head, and I was like so freaking happy, you don't even know. And then I remember we dated like for what, 3 months. He would give me like Valentine's Day gifts and stuff like that. I think we would a lot of times go down the staircase at the same spot to make out and all. And I remember how, because of my idea that I made like to go there, all of the couples that there were in the school, they did exactly the same thing. Everybody started going to the same spot to make out, bro. And it's so funny because that Indian school was strict as hell. Okay, like it was a private school. They're strict about all these things. You cannot date, you had to have your hair up, you cannot freaking do nothing, okay? Imagine them finding out that there's kids going down to make out in the staircase in the school. Like that's like illegal and bad, whatever. Okay, now I'm gonna do my eyeliner. Catrice, love it, so nice. And I don't know, like we dated on and off for 3 months. He ended up breaking up with me, I think. Yes, probably. I was heartbroken. My whole world collapsed. Oh my god. Girl, I was like so heartbroken. I think because of that situation, I got into my first ever depression. I already had a lot of things going on in my life, with family, friends, whatever. Like, I couldn't say I was the happiest kid in the world, but definitely that thing gave me a lot of happiness and dopamine. And yeah, that was like very much heartbreaking. I can't believe that. Ooh, that window. Cheers. Because like I'm talking and forgetting to drink, bro. That's crazy. And then I remember like I was depressed, I was sad, but then I was locked in on my stuff, you know. I remember that he left the school, which was, I think, better for me. And I remember like I would go to this athletics team, all of this stuff. And I remember we had competitions with other schools, okay? So we would have competition in our school, against each other, and then we would go and basically compete against the other schools, also all Indian schools. So imagine, I was the only Ukrainian girl there. Everybody always looked at me so weird, like, like with hate. Some guys like, oh my god, you know. I always felt like, gosh, all this attention, love that. And I remember like in the athletics team, I was like one of the best, like with whatever we are like doing, long run, long jump, like whatever things. I was physically like one of the best. I could say like in top 3 probably. But when it came to competing with against other schools, I was the last. I was the worst, bro. Oh my god, I sucked so bad, you don't even know. I don't think I've ever won in these competitions, but in my school though, I did get first place many times, so I don't care, it's enough for me, you know. Over the years, I think I've been in the school for 4 years, And pretty much like, you know, I got along with time. The more I was learning English, I would meet a friend of a friend, this and that. I'm not gonna say I was popular. I was never popular in any school that I've been to. And I've been to like 4 schools in my life. Okay, I was always the one that's not liked, or maybe just people don't notice me, or if they notice me, they bully me. Probably would do another story time of how I went to Spanish school, because that was something else, okay? And with this athletics team, I remember how we had like school competition, like there's a word for it. I don't know, I'll look up the name and put it right here. We had that, and I remember like I didn't win like so much, but then I didn't win the trophy. But then I remember like they were taking photos of the students to basically put it up on their website. And I remember like somebody took a photo of me with the trophy that was not mine, and they put that photo in their reception. It was huge, okay, because obviously it's a good image for them, like, oh, there is like a white girlie in Indian school won something, even though she didn't, but oh well. But I feel proud, you know, I always liked a little bit of attention and like I don't care, it's whatever. Last month, when I knew I was gonna leave the school to join another one, I don't remember why, but it was our last final exams. By the way, cheers. I obviously cheated on those exams because I just don't like to study. I'm so sorry, Mom, if you're watching this. Like, you gotta understand me, okay? English is not my first language. I did pass though, so it counts good. I remember like I had my own tips and tricks of how I would hide all these like papers and like whatever I needed to know for the exam. And my so-called friends, all of them after the exam, all of them took all of my like things that I would cheat with, went to the principal and showed them, exposed my ass. For what reason, I don't know, I don't remember. Damn, it hurt me so bad. I think even it was our last school day. I'm pretty sure. Because we're doing exams and then it was summer vacations after that, I think. And damn, and nobody's there to like kind of, you know, be on my side. Everybody is just there laughing and like, oh haha, like you got exposed. I don't know, like, why did they do it, bro? Like, I can't remember. Or they maybe were so mad that I didn't get caught. And I remember sitting on the outside of school while everybody is going to their buses and I'm crying because I'm so upset. Oh, I didn't realize that. I was so upset that, damn, all these people that I thought were my friends, like, I'm sure they're, like, I knew they were not my best friends, but still, like, after all these years of the connection we've had, you do this to me, like, why? Like, it was not nice vibes for the last day of school. Cheers. Now that I'm thinking, I probably missed out so many parts because I don't remember everything. Like, I don't remember everything. There's a lot of parts in my memories that are missing. Like, I do remember some teachers, like, with some I would get along, some were vibes, some were not. Like, I don't know, they were being nice or whatever. I think, like, the more I try to participate in the class and be, like, you know, there and like as if I actually care, it made me feel proud because I'm like, I'm understanding what's going on and the teacher responds to me and I look like I'm smart. Like, I love that, you know. I used to go as well for like extra classes, like do extra activities. You could do dancing, you could do sports, you could do art, you could do music. I took art, I remember. And there was another little girl, she was like around 9 or 8 years old and she was also from Ukraine. She was a blondie cutie, and of course we got along because we were two outsiders, we could say. So I always like made sure that she's okay, ask her stuff, whatever. And me and her were both in the same art class after like the school, and I remember we would be doing like our little project, our art, whatever the hell, and we would speak in Russian, okay? And this teacher would get so mad at us. He's like, talk English, like, what the hell are you doing? Because he thought we were talking shit about him. No, we didn't. We were just talking about anything. We don't care about you. But he wouldn't know that. It's okay. I would participate in so many events, like, I would in the singing choir, as I said, like, you know, I was popping. I didn't care. I was just trying to do everything. I was so curious about all these things, you know, the obviously activities that they would do, like dancing, singing, chess, I don't know. I tried everything, man. I remember like I was literally like Let's go, girl. I remember I even played football. I tried playing football. It was... Damn, I gotta do my foundation now. And honestly, I think that's all. I can't remember nothing else. I don't know. I still need to learn on my story times and all these things, bro. I still kind of suck at it, but it's okay. We're learning. Look, cheers to learning and cheers to fucking not giving up on yourself. By the way, every time I see a new subscriber, I feel so grateful. I feel so amazing. I feel like, I don't know. I am so happy. You know, thank you guys for subscribing. Whatever, it's nice. You know, I appreciate that there's people out there watching my content. Even if it's not through all the video you watch, whatever. You leave a little like, even your little comment, it means a lot to me. I don't know, let's see where we go one day. We get together, you know, like, cheers. Oh my god, I'm definitely feeling tipsy. I try to eat a lot, so I'm not like feeling sick after that. This new life hack, I learned how to put foundation, bro. Look, put it on brush like this. I've had this brush for a year. I never knew what it was until I saw this video like a month ago. And you just basically apply it like this. Hold up, I need to lock in now. Damn, it's like basically I'm painting over my face, like as if my face was a wall. That's so cool. You can't even see anything. To go here and here and here and here. I always do like this. I do one side of my face. Oh yeah, girly. Ooh yeah. And then I take this brush. Okay, bro, this is becoming like a makeup tutorial, not a story time anymore. I mean, I think I said everything that I had to say. I can't remember more about like what was going on there. So let's cheers, guys. So yeah, you just like tap it, tap, tap, tap it, tap, tap. Bro, I'm like so happy. I think I'm gonna make another video in future about how to make friends in 2026. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of us struggle with like not having friends or just meeting people in general is so hard. And I'm like an expert on meeting new people. If you move to a new country, city, you're all by yourself, like I've done it all, okay? And I found friends all the time, okay? Some did not stay forever because again, people come and go, it's okay. But I'm definitely gonna make a video on that because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be helpful to a lot of you guys. And even if you're like with social anxiety and all this shit, it doesn't matter, bro. You need to get out of your comfort zone. You're not gonna meet a friend, boyfriend just like this. They come into your house, hey babe, do you wanna be friends? No. You gotta step up and be like, hey bitch. You gotta do things uncomfortably if you're sick of this same old. Why was I talking about that? Is because literally I think I might have made a friend, which I'm so happy about. This very nice girl from Argentina, and I might meet her next week. I forgot how old she is, but I think she's around my age. And honestly, like, she until now gave me the same type of vibe and energy that I'm giving, which is so important for me. Because if I feel like I am the entertainer of this friendship or relationship, I'm not gonna stay for long. I feel like it's so wrong, like, to have friends, or doesn't matter. Literally, you go out with someone and you do the most talking, you just do the whole entertainment, you know, asking questions and everything, and the other person just does nothing. Like, no, bro, I'm so sorry. That's just not fair. I had a lot of friends like that. I am not going to participate there. Thank you so much. Cheers, guys. I can't believe I'm in my first glass and I'm already tipsy, bro. This is what 1 month of break without alcohol does to you, bro. Like, I'm not trying to get super lit because I still have a whole night ahead of me. I have like this little streaming event that I have to do. So that's why I'm like taking it slowly, and I'm not taking like shots of tequila and, you know, getting shit-faced right now on here. But probably would do something like that one day, who knows. I guess it depends on how this video is gonna go. Cheers, by the way! Let me finish it all. I'm not gonna lie, I wanna smoke my cigarette. I need a smoky break. Makeup is basically finished, so thank you so much for watching if you stayed until the end. I very much love it. I love making videos. I think it's so fun. I don't know. It's just so fun how I'm like discovering these parts of myself and like trying to find an angle that I can film with, like that you like it and it looks nice and I feel comfortable. Like, I think, I don't know, it's just a cool experience. I think if you've been thinking about making videos and, you know, it's okay. Look, I'm a starting YouTube. I'm also a beginner. Okay, beginner, bro. I'm tipsy, I swear to God. You see that I'm not like famous and all, and it's okay, bro. You don't have to be perfect to do it. You have to start and be like consistent with it, because with time you will start learning new tips and tricks and get a good camera and do this, that, like whatever, bro. Just start it if it's been on your mind. Whatever what people will think. Who knows who's watching me right now, and they can be like judging me, cringing, like whatever. At the end of the day, bro, if you're hating on me and you don't like something what I'm doing, bro, you're just self-reflecting. I'm so sorry. I don't care what you say. You will always find your own flaws in other people, and I'm speaking from experience, you know? So, guys, thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I hope you go watch my other ones too. Subscribe to my page. We have almost 200 followers, which is great. So, have a nice day. Don't get too drunk and take care of yourself. Bye.